dogs.
Oh, yes, we do. And here are half of the dogs that we have in our house. Stay tuned for the captain's log at the end, and I'll explain the rest. Welcome back, Cuddle Crew. Captain Cuddles here. Week 3 had tons of action and milestones, and started with a weight check. And of course, a little baby talk.
Thank you, little baby.
To no one's surprise, Big Bro jumped in the lead when it comes to weight, but let's see how long that lasts. Big Bro and Sis have been neck and neck in all of the development achievements so far, but let's see who hit the first major milestone. The first eye-opening goes to Big Bro! Good job, buddy. Sis wasn't too far behind, and Little Bro got in the action by the end of the week. Hang in there, little guy. You're gonna be just fine. I think Big Bro opening his eyes first motivated Sis. She's turning out to be quite the competitor, and not afraid to get physical. Of course, there's still a lot of napping and feeding time at this age, so let's check in on Nelly and if Captain Cuddles is making any progress getting her trust back. Okay, so that's a work in progress. So once again, that left most of the shooting to Mrs. Cuddles, and after last week's wobbles, I sat her down and gave her this advice.
Just, try to be a little better.
The shooting was definitely better this week. Thank you, Mrs. Cuddles. The bond between the two of them continued to grow, which allowed Nelly to have her own
pretty significant milestone.
One of the key points for any new pup mom is to actually be physically separated from her new pups. And the trust that she had with Mrs. Cuddles gave her the confidence to get that process started. Good job, Mama. She gradually got further and further away, and under the watchful eye of Mrs. Cuddles, we changed the configuration a little bit to give her some freedom, something to jump on, the ability to look out the window, just more room, and she had a lot of fun exploring all the nooks and crannies. But then... she escaped. I'm free at last! So after a hectic couple of minutes that we weren't able to film, we got Nelly back in, and as you can see, Little Bro didn't have a care in the world. The action really picked up this week, and I've got a lot to talk about in the captain's log. But before we get there, let's enjoy a little bit of uninterrupted puppy action. It was a very busy week in Cuddle World, which included heading down to the shelter to grab Ducky to take him to a softball game. This housebroken little lover has been in the shelter way too long. Go check him out. Of course, we had to deal with our original dog, Sammy. He's about a 10-year-old Chihuahua, and that's dog number 5 in the house if you're doing the math. He's handled the chaos so well that we actually decided to make an unplanned adoption. Meet Gizmo. He's a 3-year-old lab mix who was born to chase tennis balls, but his dream is to actually catch a squirrel. Of course, he came from Pawsitively Saved, and he'll be featured a lot in upcoming episodes. We took him to his first ever baseball game where he got to run on the field between innings in a puppy parade. Yeah, that was challenging to film, but a lot of fun. And speaking of fun experiences for shelter dogs, I wanted to talk a little bit more about getting involved. Watching Nelly really open up with Mrs. Cuddles reminded me of how attention-starved a lot of these shelter dogs really are. Her tail has been wagging, she's jumping all over the place. It's just a joy to see her having so much fun, even though she's going through a very stressful time. So make it a goal for yourself to get to a shelter, get one dog out of one cage for 1 minute, and you'll do it for the rest of your life. There's a whole lot more coming in week 4. Stay tuned. The gloves come off, literally. The worlds get bigger for both Nelly and the pups, and there's a very emotional moment from an adoption event that I can't wait to share. So as always, thanks for watching, and keep on cuddling.